Greetings, Soul MCA again. This video is also a request video. Someone came to me over last weekend, asked me to put up some drum videos with some licks, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Let me just play a little bit so you don't get bored of me talking. I'll give you an idea of what you're gonna hear. So basically that's the three licks I'm about to show you. They're cymbal-based licks. I just want to talk a little bit first. As I've gotten older as a musician, I don't want to do anybody a disservice and not talk first. So those of you that don't want to hear this, you can fast forward. But the older I get is the more I realize it's not about licks. Drums is about feel. And I think the invention of YouTube is a great thing. You know, it's helped out a lot of drummers, but there's a danger in it as well, in that a lot of cats are chasing other dudes' chops. Like when I was growing up, there was no YouTube, and so we did fills based on what we felt, like whatever sounded right at the moment. I grew up not knowing my rudiments. I learned my rudiments within like the last 3 or 4 years, and I've been playing drums since I was 3. So I just did whatever came. Like I wasn't thinking, okay, I'm gonna do a paradiddle lick here and move it around the kit. I'm gonna do what. That's not what I did. You just did what sounded right. And so I think people are losing their own expression of themselves chasing another dude's licks. And that's not to cut anybody down that does that. I now do that now too. You know, but you can become so systematic about your licks. Like I'm gonna use this lick here. I'm gonna use that lick here. These pre-made cookie cutter licks that you lose yourself in the music. Like you're not heard on the track. And drums is about feel, and so you gotta feel the music. When you feel the music, you can just kind of come out and do whatever comes out of you, instead of, all right, at this point here I'm gonna do and drip. No, like whatever comes. I'm sure all of that was something. If you break it down, I'm sure it is something. But it's just what I felt at that second was that. I couldn't break down the hit count to you. Some guru out there who's able to transcribe might be able to. But anyway, I've talked enough. So let me show you 3 cymbal-based licks. I think people don't use cymbal licks enough. And so I'm going to show you 3 of them. The first one is this one. So I had to get it right. So it's cymbal and kick. I'm going to break this down into 3 videos because it's going to get too long. But cymbal and kick, 3 hits on the tom. 1, 2, 3. Double. And then repeat the pattern. So alright. So it ends up being a triple actually with your foot at the end when the pattern repeats. And this lick, I like this lick because you can use it in anything, fast or slow. If you use it in something slow, I usually wait for the build, somewhere in the build. So sanctuary for you. To be a sanctuary. Good things here. Being a sanctuary. Oh, Alright, now I'm not using it exactly as I showed it, because it kind of is, again, a feel thing, that you can't always break down to it will be done this way all the time. You can do it off the cymbal. Do it off the snare, I mean. It's just like you do it how you feel it, but get the basic premise of it. You could do it in something faster. You are Lord and King. Alright, so that's the first lick. I'll just do it in one video because the other ones are pretty easy, or easier. So all it is kick, double, kick and cymbal, and that's it. Kick. All right, and again, this could be moved around anywhere. Just get the basic premise. Kick. So a lot like the last lick. Alright, that's it. And the last lick I'll do is a paradiddle. Alright? For those that don't know the paradiddle, right, left, 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 left. Alright? And then you're just gonna move the first hit of the paradiddle on a cymbal. Alright, so I haven't played drums in a while, so I'm super rusty. But paradiddle, paradiddle, paradiddle. Alright, and that's all it is. And one thing I should have said in the beginning, whenever you're using a cymbal, always use your kick at the same time. Let's stay with that. Alright, so fool around with it. That wasn't the best example of it there, but you can move these things around. Very simple licks that aren't complicated, but can be played and sound more complicated, particularly when you speed them up. Alright, they can sound like you're doing a lot more than you're actually doing. Or even if you build them up to speed. So I used two of them and put two together, the second one and the third one. I can make it sound like you're building speed and you're not. Hope those help.